Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Today's question comes from a house cleaner who wants to know, is it okay if my customer throws out some things that are of no value to her? If I would like to take them home, is it okay if I keep them? That is a very interesting question, and my answer right off the bat is absolutely not, unless you've cleared it first with the customer. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, I don't want to ask her if I can have the things that she threw in the garbage. My answer to you is then don't take it home. Don't take it home. We had a situation where there was a girl who found some gold shoes that were next to the garbage, and she assumed they were garbage. So she said, wow, those are really awesome shoes, and they're expensive. I can't believe that this girl's throwing away these shoes. So she took the shoes for herself. And then she went to a party and she decided to wear these shoes. Well, she wore the shoes and she took a selfie like, hey, don't I look awesome? And she posted it on Facebook. When the homeowner who was following her on Facebook saw the picture and saw that she was wearing her shoes, she was like, oh my gosh, that's where my shoes went. My house cleaner stole my shoes. So without any further ado, she fired the house cleaner. It was a completely innocent mistake. The house cleaner was 100% sure that the lady had thrown the shoes away and that they were up for grabs, and so she took those shoes, okay? An easier solution would have been, hey, look, I noticed that you threw these fancy shoes away, and I just wondered, were they supposed to go back in the closet? Are they just misplaced, or are you done with them? And if the woman says, no, I'm done with them, I don't like them, or they're too uncomfortable or whatever, they're my size. I would totally love to give them a try. Do you mind if I keep them? She could have asked right there, and the lady may have said, sure, you can have them. By the way, I've got like 5 other pairs of shoes that don't fit very well either. If we're the same size, would you like those as well? Do you see how that works? So just by asking, then suddenly it's a whole different ballgame. Now, there's another thing that I have to bring up. Sometimes customers will try to give you things like, oh, I'm done with this. Would you like to have it? Again, my answer is absolutely not, unless there's clarification up front. We had another scenario where a woman said, hey, my husband has lost a few pounds and he's got rid of all these clothes. They don't fit him anymore. Would you like to have these? And the house cleaning guy said, yeah, I would. They're about my size. I would love to have all these clothes. So she gave this guy all these designer clothes that her husband had outgrown. And she didn't tell the house cleaner, but she assumed that it was a barter deal and that he was going to pay back with cleaning instead of her paying him cash. Well, the truth is he didn't necessarily want the clothes, but he was going to take them because sure, they were free, and he thought she was just getting rid of them. But she was looking at it as a consignment deal where if I give these to you, then I get something in return. She would have been better off to take those clothes to a consignment store and consign those clothes and get the cash and leave the house cleaner out of it, because there was just all this weird confusion that goes on. So customers have things, and a lot of times they have some really nice things, and sometimes they throw away things they don't need or want anymore, or they have duplicates of. Like you'll see a husband and a wife get married. They were both married to someone else. They both had separate houses. So now when they get married, they have like 2 toasters and 2 cheese graters and 2 whatever. They got 2 of everything. And so they get rid of a whole set of everything, and it's perfectly good stuff. We had a woman who tried to give us a toaster one time. Do you want this toaster? At the time, we did not have a toaster. So yeah, we could take the toaster, but what are the strings? What is attached to this toaster? Is this just a toaster that you're giving us? Or is this because you have 2 and you're done with one of them? Are you expecting something in return? Would you like me to pay you for it? And our rule in our company has always been, if somebody tries to give you something, offer to pay for it. Don't offer to trade for it, offer to pay for it, because that lets them know really quickly what the value, the perceived value from the other person is. If this is a $500 toaster and I think it's a $15 toaster, we have a discrepancy, right? Because I'm not going to give you $500 worth of cleaning in exchange for a $15 toaster, especially if I can go out and buy a toaster for 15 bucks. Does that make sense? So what is the value? Can I pay you for this toaster? And if they say, oh yes, it's $500, you say, let me check. Yeah, I think we're going to pass. I think we're good. But if they go, no, it's free. It's a gift. I have 2. Oh, great, thank you. And then you can keep the toaster. But if somebody tries to give you something, always ask, what are the strings attached? Because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where, especially if you have employees, where you're taking things from customers and the rules are not clear. Because whatever you do, your employees will now do. And so you could run into a really big nightmare where a customer gives you something and you go, oh, thank you very much. And the next thing you know, your employees are taking things from the customer's garbages, like the woman that took the gold shoes. They think it's garbage. They think it's an extra playpen. They think it's an extra baby stroller or whatever. And they take those things that don't belong to them. And then the customer's like, I'm so firing you guys because you stole XYZ from my house. So there's a lot of confusion around that. So the rule is no, don't take anything. Don't take anything from the trash. Don't take any gifts. Don't take any hand-me-downs. Don't take anything unless you first clarify, 100% clarification on both parties. What are the rules of this deal? Is this a gift? And if this is a gift, thank you so much. And along with that gift goes a thank you card. A little old-fashioned thank you card that you put a stamp on and you mail to them in their house. Thank you so much for the new baby stroller. My sister, who's pregnant right now, is going to get great use out of it. I really appreciate it. Now you've appreciated the good deed. You've paid respect to the fact that they gave you something. You made it very clear it's not a trade and there's nothing ever coming back in exchange for that baby stroller. So those are the rules for taking stuff that does not belong to you. Okay, that's my tip for today. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, give us a thumbs up because we like thumbs up. That just lets us know how we're doing. Alrighty, and until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.